Hey guys, welcome to another one of my videos, and in this video I will be covering the audio overview on Notebook LM. I recently did another video on all the features on Notebook LM, but since audio overviews are such a cool feature on Notebook LM, I had to do another video on this. In the previous video, I just mentioned audio overview, I didn't really go into it. Um, but in this video, I'll be showing you guys how to create one and also letting you guys listen to what it created. So let's get started. I recently created a notebook on pie baking, which I have right here. And I uploaded 6 sources basically on some tips on how to cook or bake a good pie because pie baking is kind of intimidating. So I created a notebook on pie baking to get some tips and tricks by just typing in here in the chat. But let's get to the audio overview. So I uploaded all my sources. If you want to create a notebook and follow along with this video, then upload your sources and then we could get started with the audio overview. So a recent cool improvement on Notebook LM is that they recently updated and added customization to audio overview. So instead of just pressing generate and just generating a normal audio overview, you can click the customize option and type in what you want the talk to be about, what you want it to focus on, what you want it, like what order you want it to be, what tone. And this is just really cool, so let me show you how I did this. So for my pie baking audio overview, I want it to talk in the order that you would bake a pie. So I want it to talk about rolling and creating the pie dough first, and then I want it to talk about creating the filling, assembling the pie, and then baking it. So let me put that in. Oops. Okay, so I had the text copied and I just pasted it in right here. Now that we told it what order to talk in, we can now specify maybe what to focus on specifically. For this talk, let's ask it to focus specifically on how to assemble the pie, because in my opinion, that's one of the most important things about a pie. So I'm gonna paste in my copied text. I also want it to emphasize the fact that you need to keep the pie crust cold, so I'm going to put that in. And then I want to talk about the tone that I want the AI host to talk with. I'm going to ask for a cheerful, happy tone with maybe a little humor. And let's generate our audio overview. And the audio overview is generated. Woohoo! So I'm gonna play the audio overview and let you listen. It's about 7 minutes long, but since it's kind of long, I'm going to cut it short a little bit. But you'll see how it talks in the order that I specified, the pie crust, and then the filling, and then the assembly, and then the baking. And then it'll also talk in that cheerful, informative, with a little humor tone that I specified, and it'll also spend more time on the assembly of the pie and keeping the crust cold. So I'm going to play it, and let's just listen to this audio overview.
All right, so we're diving deep into pie today, like really deep, getting into all the nitty-gritty of perfect pie baking.
Sounds delicious.
I've got a mountain of cookbooks and websites here ready to guide us.
Sounds like we're going to be busy.
We are.
Yeah.
But you know me, I love a challenge, and especially when it comes to pie.
Me too. Who doesn't?
So let's get started. And we have to start with the crust, right? The foundation of any good pie.
Absolutely. The crust can make or break the pie.
Okay, so first things first, I see a lot of emphasis on cold ingredients in these recipes, like really cold.
Yeah, temperature control is key.
This is where it's going to start emphasizing a little on keeping the crust cold, as I specified in the customization.
For a flaky crust.
Is it really that important?
It is. You want that butter or shortening to stay solid for as long as possible. That's what creates those little pockets of air that make the crust flaky.
So like straight from the fridge cold.
Colder the better. Some bakers even freeze their butter before mixing it into the dough.
Wow, okay. I'm taking notes.
Okay, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit so you can hear how they talk about the filling next.
So we've got our perfectly chilled, layered dough ready for the next step,
Onto the filling,
which is a whole other world of deliciousness.
for sure. Okay, so our crust is perfectly chilled and layered. Now we need to talk about what goes inside.
The filling. It's the heart of the pie.
It is.
Okay, so as you can see, it starts talking about the filling. I'm going to fast forward to the assembly. Okay, so this is the part where it starts talking about the assembly of the pie. Let me play it for you.
Crust, we've got our perfectly thickened filling. What's next?
Time to assemble the pie.
The moment of truth.
And remember, we want to keep everything cold.
Cold, cold, cold. Got it.
So after you roll out the dough,
Make sure you chill it again before putting it in the pie plate.
exactly, and after you line the pie plate with the dough,
Back in the fridge it goes.
for at least 30 minutes.
To really firm up that butter.
Yep, that way it won't melt and shrink too much while it's baking.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so as you can see here, it talks about the assembly of the pie, and it also talks about and emphasizes the point of keeping everything cold, as I specified in the customization. And as you can see, it spends a little bit more time on the assembly of the pie, but now I'm going to fast forward to the baking of the pie.
Finally, on to the baking. This is the exciting part.
It is, but it's also where things can go wrong if you're not careful.
So let's make sure we do it right. Okay, so we've chilled our pie. We're ready to bake.
Okay, as you can see, it talks in the order that I specified, and it talks in a cheerful, happy, informative tone, and it also puts a lot of emphasis on keeping things cold, and it also spent more time on the assembly of the pie, which I asked it all in the customization part of building this audio overview. So that's going to be it for today. If you guys want to listen to this audio overview, the full audio overview, it will be in the link in the description of this video. I hope you enjoy this video. Please give me a like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.